Hello, my dear friends. Welcome to Theory of Computation lecture series. In this video, we are going to see a new topic, that is push-down automata. So, my dear friends, if you remember the theory that we have started in the beginning, we have said that the languages are divided into many categories. Broadly, they are classified into two categories, that are regular and not regular languages. In regular languages, we have a regular expression and the automata that accepts that regular language is finite automata. In the non-regular language category, we have first seen the context-free grammar that is used to define a context-free language, and here we are going to see the diagrammatic representation, that is the automaton for a non-regular language, that is a push-down automata. Let us start understanding this theory by seeing first the definition. Now, what is push-down automata? A push-down automata, abbreviatedly called as a PDA, is a 7-tuple system. Here there are the 7-tuple system. This push-down automata M contains 7-tuple systems: capital Q, sigma, tau, delta, Q0, Z0 and F. Now, what are these 7 tuples? First, this capital Q is a set of finite states which are used to represent the automata. Sigma is a finite input alphabet set. Tau is a finite stack alphabet. My dear friends, as we know that in finite automata there is no memory, but to enhance the capability of automata, we have added a stack to this automata, to this push down automata, by which we can remember certain things. Q0 is the starting or the initial state, and obviously this Q0 belongs to the set of finite states. Z0 is the starting stack symbol, that is belonging to the tau, need not always remain at the bottom of the stack. Now this Z0 is generally used to identify that this is the last symbol that has been there into the stack. But many a times we use this symbol in between also. F is a set of finite or accepting states. Obviously we know that F is a subset of Q. Basically there are two types of pushdown automata. First, we either reach to a final state and say that this is accepted, or we reach to a condition where the entire input string is traversed and the stack also becomes empty at that particular moment. So in that case we say that the string is accepted. Delta, that is the transition function. My dear friends, here the transition function is defined something like this: Q cross sigma union epsilon. Sigma is the finite input alphabet set, union epsilon. So here we can have a null transition also from a particular state, and at that particular time we have some letter, some alphabet in the stack also. So with this combination from a state with some letter that is read and some letter that is at the top of the stack, we go to some finite subsets of Q cross this delta tau star, the clean closure of tau. That means we go to some set of states by pushing something onto the stack. Now this push can be a null also. That means we don't push anything onto the stack and still we go to some other state. Now from this we can say that informally that PDA is nothing but it is an NFA epsilon with a stack. So we have this null transition. We same like we have it in NFA null. From that particular state we go to some set of subset of finite subset of Q, but here we have this stack also. So there in this combination of reading transition, we have the stack symbol, the top stack symbol, and we push something onto the stack also. The transitions are modified to accommodate stack operation. So the NFA, we know that we have state and transition where we read something, but here we have state, we have transition, and in the transition we read something. At the same time, we have some operation to operate the stack also. Let us see how the transition function looks like. In this transition function, Q on the left hand side means that each step in the computation, a PDA must consider its current state. Just like NFA, we consider the current state also. Then tau on the left hand side means that at each step in the computation, PDA must consider the symbol on the top of its stack. Because based on the top of the stack, we take some decision, because that is what we have remembered. Then sigma cross epsilon on the left hand side means PDA may or may not consider the current input symbol. It may have epsilon transition. Just like in NFA, without reading anything, we go to another state. Finite subset, this finite subset on the right hand side means PDA may have several options. Instead of going to only one state, we may have a subset of Q. That means it can have a non-determinism as well. Q on the right hand side means each option specify a new state, and the clean closure of tau, that is the stack symbol on the right hand side, means that each option specifies 0 or more stack symbol that will be replace the top of stack symbol, but in a specific sequence. So while pushing something onto the stack, we should also maintain the sequence. Let us have the diagrammatic representation of push down automata. So as said, there are two types possible based on this sigma cross epsilon. In the first transition from some state Q, obviously that belongs to this set of finite state capital Q. We read some alphabet from the alphabet set, and my top of the stack is represented by this capital Z, and this gamma 1, gamma 2, so on till gamma m represent some combination of stack symbol that will be pushed onto the stack, and the new state will be P1, P2, Pm, any of this. This is how we represent the transition function from the state Q on reading A, where the top of the stack is Z, will be either of this. It will not be all. Okay, we can take only one transition at a time. We cannot take multiple, but there can be multiple options possible. So from this, we can go to P1 by pushing gamma 1 onto the stack, or we can go to P2 by pushing gamma 2 onto the stack, and so on till we can go to Pm by pushing gamma m onto the stack. Here the current state is Q. The current input symbol red is A. The symbol currently on the top of the stack is Z. And we can move to Pi from the state Q by replacing Z, which is the top of the stack, by gamma I with respect to the transition that we have considered onto the stack leftmost symbol on the top. So if we see that there are multiple push operations like A, B, C, D, E, F, then we push that in the reverse order and move the input head to the next input symbol. After doing this operation, we move to the next read symbol. What is the second type of PDA transition, here we don't read anything from the input tape. We just read epsilon. That means we read nothing and do some transition. Here my state is Q, top of the stack is Z, and we move from Pi to Q. Here you can see that there is nothing read and there is a transition. So the current input symbol is not considered. Okay, we are not considering that input symbol and we are having the transition. Definitely that we say that this is a non-determinism that we are having into the push down automata. Replace Z, which is the top of this stack, with gamma I. Now gamma I belongs to this tau star on the stack with the leftmost symbol on the top. So this we will understand what is the leftmost symbol, because we have to push onto the stack, because we know that the stack operation is last in first out. So what we need to be accessed immediately next should be pushed last with no input symbol read. I hope this definition of push down automata is clear. This will get more clear when we will see the example in the next video. So thank you for watching this video, my dear friends. Stay tuned for more videos on theory of computation lecture series.